Thanks, Kirk. Good morning. The United States government has rejected the proposed Keystone Pipeline, but they're giving the Canadian company some hope. The U.S. questioned the route planned through their country, saying it passed through an environmentally sensitive area of Nebraska. Prime Minister Stephen Harper says he's disappointed with the decision, but his government is already looking into other options.
To diversify our market, China wants to diversify its sources of supply. They are hungry for our energy.
The Calgary-based company behind the Keystone Pipeline plans to reapply for U.S. permission using a different route. Well, traffic is moving along Elgin Street again this morning after a century-old water main burst and caused water to flush out onto the street and flood nearby businesses. One city councillor says this is actually a common problem. Melissa Lamb is live at the scene this morning with more on that. Melissa.
Well, that's right, Annette. Councillor Maria McRae says that in these cold temperatures, we can see up to 3 to 4 breaks of water mains per day. Now, not all of them are as big or as serious as this one here on Elgin Street, and they're not all in the downtown core. Many of them are spread out throughout the city of Ottawa. Now, this water main itself was over 100 years old. It was built back in 1874. Now, Maria McRae says that cold temperatures and our aging infrastructure is what's to blame for these breaking water mains. Now, this one caused 3 businesses to flood and affected 8 in total. Elgin Street was closed for the entire day yesterday from Somerset to Cooper. Pedestrians were only allowed to access the east sidewalk. Now, this caused many businesses in the area to close up shop.
The bottom line is that the city needs to continue advancing repair of its infrastructure. This had been looked at earlier. There was no indication this pipe was going to fail, but we do know in other parts of the city where we are resurfacing our roads and have integrated work, the pipes need to be replaced.
Now, this is the second water main to break on Elgin Street just this week. The one happened further down the road earlier this week, causing one local business to seek $10,000 from the city in compensation. Annette?
All right, Melissa, thanks very much. Melissa Lamb on Elgin Street this morning. The captain of a cruise ship that capsized off the coast of Italy has a new excuse for leaving the ship before everyone else was evacuated. He says he tripped and fell into a lifeboat. The captain is under house arrest, and prosecutors are expected to file charges against him in the next few days. Yesterday, divers resumed their search of the cruise liner, looking for 21 people still missing. 11 bodies have been recovered from the water since the shipwreck last Friday. Well, before you pour that bowl of cereal this morning, check the label. Loblaws is recalling a number of cereals because of an unpleasant odor. The recall affects President's Choice brand mixed grains, oat and wheat cereal. They're sold in 227-gram green and white packages. The Canadian Food Inspection Agency says the cereals were distributed nationally, and there was one reported illness linked to eating the cereal. A boxer and 5 of her puppies could be up for adoption in a few weeks. They're recovering well after spending more than 10 hours in the freezing cold. The dog was abandoned in a pickup truck outside the Ottawa SPCA on Sunday night. In that truck, she gave birth to 9 puppies. 4 of them died from the cold weather. The dog, named Nala, and her 5 surviving pups are now being cared for by the Valley Boxer Rescue Organization.
I feel sad that this person had to come to that because there is neglect on Nala. Her nails are overgrown. Nala is thin.
An investigation has been launched into the incident, but many shelters have reported a surge in animals being abandoned by owners who can no longer afford to care for them. Tea and cookies will be served at City Hall today in memory of Jean Piggott. The former MP and chair of the National Capital Commission died last week at the age of 87. She will be remembered for her passion for the City of Ottawa. The tea will be held in Jean Piggott Hall at City Hall from 2 until 7 this evening.